Hi, welcome back to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. I'm Kenny Fogle, your host. We're glad you can be with us. And we get people on here every now and then. And I say police officers, firemen, and I always say, we got heroes of some sort. But one of the things that we don't do as much as we should is we don't highlight the volunteers we have in our community, because that's something that is absolutely a resource. It's just irreplaceable. That's the way I think you can measure a community sometimes, is by its volunteer force, because you got people that simply do things because they love to do it. And I've been looking around for some volunteers, and obviously we got a few, but I wanted to get the best one I could find. I got Mr. Joe Logan here, and Joe, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Now, I read into you a week or two ago. I know you was volunteering down at the Community Action Center that day. Now, that's something that, what is it in you that makes you want to volunteer for things?
Well, I retired 40 years of Fujifilm, and I worked 5 years at Walmart. And I didn't want to sit around home because I never have sit around. So I volunteered at Community Action. I seen Lisa Drake there. They asked me to help, and I went with them for 3 years. And then Tina Pittman, they came in. So I'm still down at volunteer for Community Action. I go down to the food bank, so volunteer down there. I go to Walmart, I volunteer out there. So I'm just all over. I'm a people person. I like to talk, and everybody knows me. So that's what I do every day.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, because people like you, they're people that you get things done, and they know they can count on you when they like Community Action. There's a lot of things probably wouldn't get done if you weren't there.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I know
who's going to do them.
It's a lot of people that I know that comes in. They know me, so it's a whole lot easier for the people that are looking at someone they know.
Well, and that's what these guys are leading around to. When you get people they trust you. They trust you. They feel comfortable with you. And all of a sudden now, the ordeal of going into a place and trying to get help is not as bad anymore when they got a friendly face or somebody there to help them through.
It's like a Walmart. My nephew called last night. Well, wanted to find if he could get a job at Walmart. So I told him Friday, we'll go out there. I talked to the big bosses and the managers, and then the big boss, the ones over at Walmart. Sometimes I talk to him, and I said, pretty sure I can get him on.
Well, that's great. Like I said, it's helping other people. That's what volunteering is all about.
All right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. American Fujifilm, you say?
Yeah, I was 18 when I got drafted to the Army. I was 19 when I went to Vietnam. I come back. I worked construction work for about 6 months. Then I started at Lilly Tulip. And I was from Lilly Tulip, Owens, Brockway, Owens, Illinois, Fujifilm, so I was there 40 years. Then I worked 5 years at Walmart on the end. Then I started getting sick because being at Agent Orange, I got a Purple Heart, so I was over there. So, and now I retired. I just quit working altogether, but I have to do something because of being a diabetic, you have to move around a little bit.
Well, you talk about it, we'll go back a few years, but you talk about all these years of volunteering. How many people, do you still feel like you've got a little bit of that Army in you back? 19, 20 years old, but that's something that never gets out of you.
Well, a lot of times the people they know when to back off, and not to be that I'm a bad guy though. But a whole lot of time I laugh at people. I just start laughing at them, and then they know who I am. So most of them when they come in Community Action, they know who I am.
Well, it's got to be traumatic. You get out of high school, and a couple years later, you're in the jungles of Vietnam.
Right.
That had to be a shock to a young boy from Bardstown.
Old country boy too doesn't know nothing. And, never really got out of state of Kentucky. So when I went over there, it was a whole lot different.
So basically coming out of the Army as a veteran and all these years working around here, now you feel like you're giving something back? Or who are you giving back to the most? The other people, or are you doing it more?
No, I like the older people. The young people, they like everywhere, the grandkids and stuff, they just don't listen. They have to learn on their own. But like the older people, I like to deal with seniors. Because I go out to senior citizens a lot and deal with, we play cards and eat our lunch for $2, play bingo, and get on the treadmill. I need to stay on that treadmill.
Now, Community Action, we'll talk about that just a little bit, but Community Action, you see that helping a lot of people? Is that a good, I've seen some good stuff out of it, but you see it day to day.
But yes, they help with the rent, help with the heating program. It's the crisis That's when they really help. But during the winter times, but like now we have a match program. You have to, if the bill is $500, you have to pay $250. But you know, it helps. Then the Christmas, they get senior Christmas boxes. The younger babies, and you know, the younger kids, they get Christmas boxes, so it helps out.
So they're not shy about asking you to jump in there and do something when you come down and say, I want to volunteer.
No, everybody knows me, so I go in and volunteer. And they down to the food bank. I go down there, Matt, I volunteer. There I am. And I like, you know, what I do is people load their carts up. I take them outside and unload them for them. And the other ladies, I let them take them around and get their food. So I just wait until they come through. It's a whole lot quicker that way.
Well, every time I see you, you always have a smile on your face, and you seem like you're happy. So you must be enjoying what you're doing.
Well, I got up this morning, like the Bible, like we are learning in church. When God gets you up in the morning, drop on your knees and pray that He got you up. A whole lot of people complain, I don't have this, I don't have that. You got your life. It's like money. I help give away, you know, grandkids money. I give people like in Walmart that don't have enough money. I give it. Whatever they need, I'll give it to them. And I told them, I said, that's God's money. What you looking for? God's money? Yes. He gave me the strength to make that money. He could lay me in the bed, and I wouldn't have had no money.
Well, that's the attitude. If everybody had an attitude like that, I think the whole world would be better off.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I wanted to bring you in here, I guess, just as an example of what a volunteer looks like and what you're doing for the community and other people. Like I said, and people out there that are saying, you know, I need something to do. There's a lot of places to volunteer in there.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of places. St. Vincent, the food bank out there, Dean Watson, and then plus there's a lot of places up in town need volunteers. And like they talk about, well, we can't find a job. You walk around to every place in town almost, you can find jobs.
Yeah.
And I have a nephew went to the bread factory. Oh, it's too hot. When you go in there, what do you think they're cooking? I mean, they don't have air conditioning. And
nobody wants cold bread.
Oh, God.
Well, do you get a chance to play any golf? And I know you played play golf, so I wanted to make sure you still get a chance to do that every now and then.
No, I forgot. My fingers, I played down Bowling Green in the tournament. I had to come home. I was leading the flight on Sunday morning. I had to come home and go to the hospital because of arthritis was in my hand. That's why I tried to play, but I couldn't.
So, do you have a lot of people you volunteer with down there? I mean, like I said, I know they always need more volunteers, but are there more people down there like you?
Well, most of them are. You're going to find one or two bad apples in every crowd.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they have young kids, those boys from Latter-day Saints. Those kids are doing a great job.
Yeah.
They had one little girl from Nelson County High School played soccer. I met her the other day. She's real nice. Those kids that comes in there, they looking for a future. But them little guys from Latter-day Saints, they come with their little neckties on, white shirts, and those boys will work.
Yeah. But, well, if somebody wants to volunteer out there and they're looking for a role model to volunteer and they want to find you, what day of the week do they find you?
Every day.
Every day.
I'm around somewhere.
You're around somewhere just about every day?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. Like I said, I know every time I go to the food bank or a community action, there's Joe. So I thought to myself, you know, the rest of the world needs to meet Joe because even though I think everybody in Barstow knows you anyway, so it's not like they don't already know you, but I think we need to recognize those volunteers a little bit more.
But see, like I say, you know, I get up, nothing bothers me. I get up with a smile on my face every morning. And, well, you know, why should get up frowning and complaining? Who listens? Nobody.
Well, like I said, it's wonderful you're doing what you're doing, and we need more like you, and I appreciate what you're doing. I just want to come in here and give a public thank you to you and let our listeners know there are good people out there that are out there serving the public and not getting a thing out of it. I mean, when we say the word volunteer, the pay's not real good, and that isn't.
But I tell you what, though, one night I was at Walmart. This little boy, he had red hair. It was two of them. They looked back and said, "Thank you for serving." They see my hat, military. Well, when I got up to the cash register, this woman had a $20 bill. She said, "Sir," said, "your stuff been paid for. You got $20 or $17 worth of change." I said, "Huh?" And then I went outside. I tell these other two guys. The boy, he came back and hit me on the shoulder and said, "Sir, did you get your $17?" I said, "Yeah." Well, he left. We looked at him. We didn't see him no more. And I said, "We looked. Where'd he go?" And one guy said, "Joe," said, "that wasn't no regular boy. That's your guardian angel. He was about 19 years old. And he said, I mean, it's surprising. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, that's good on two fronts. It's good to know the younger generation appreciates what you've done, and it's also good to know we got guardian angels out there.
Oh, yeah.
So either way, that's a good story.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Joe, we do appreciate you stopping in here, and like I said, keep up doing what you're doing. And if you ever want to see what a true volunteer, a true hero looks like, drop down to the Community Action here in Bardstown, or the Bread for Life Mission Food Pantry, or maybe out on the golf course. You might every now and then catch him out there.
Yeah, you might.
All right, well, Joe Logan, we appreciate you being here. We thank you for all the volunteer, and we appreciate all the volunteers out there. There's a lot of volunteers out there, and you may not think people appreciate what you do, but we do. There's a lot of people out there that volunteer at churches, that volunteer at different organizations, and you don't think much about it, and there may not be anybody. The people don't come up and pat you on the back that much, do you? But you got to keep that smile on your face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, Joe's an example, and like I said, we're going to follow that example. So thank you for being here, and thank you for tuning in. We'll be back for more of our show here on Channel 6 TV right after this.